Right, good to see everyone this evening. As Halina mentions, I'm an accountant, and most of you have think that an accountant eventually are a very detailed kind of person. How on earth she is going to study about personality? Now I'm going to tell you a little bit story about me and my younger age. I am the eldest among 4 younger siblings. I have 3 sisters and a brother. When I was young, I noticed that the 5 of us have different personality. We behave differently, although we are made from the same factory, which is my mom. However, the way we speak, the way we respond, different. And I was thinking, why? Is the factory got defect? Or what happened to us? The only conclusions I can make at that point of age, I think less than about 10 years old, 10 to 12 years old, was everyone is different. We all react differently. As I grew, entered university, and I noticed that a library full of resources. And I was so happy. I went to the library and then I found those books, Dale Carnegie's and all the leadership managements and personality book. I would dive myself in the library and I said no to most of my friends that actually asked for a tea break. At that point, I learned that another level about personality and about human behavior. When I entered adulthood, I took every opportunity to join one of the courses, entrepreneur. I wanted to think of what is in this entrepreneur brain, what keeps them different from other people. And throughout that course, there's one slot, one whole day slot talking about DISC. Then only I know humans are categorized with these 4 personality. Of course, there's a few out there, but today I'm going to share with you DISC. Let me share my screen. And it's truly honored. I just recall that one of our members actually certified on this, so he will be like closely monitor what I'm saying. So it's kind of stressful, but eventually it's a good platform for me to share. Here it is. So DISC, what it is for? It is more towards assessments where it's frequently used at a leadership development. Communications training. During the training times, you'll see what type of, you can assess what type of people that join this training. And during management, how you can allocate the workers. Team building. Of course, during team buildings, you don't want to put every same character in one group, else it will be like chaos. But with different personality put inside, you'll see the rainbow out from it. And the 5th is recruitment selections. Which of this potential employee that is suitable for your company? And last but not least, coaching. To know the person that you are coaching. More detail from the assessments, you will cut down the time and eventually you'll know how to talk to that person. All right. As for here, I would like to request all the members here to do a short assessment. I'll send in the assessment link. Hold on, yeah. This is how it works. Before I send in the assessment, so you come to this page. This is the shortest I can find, the assessment that I can find. So it's very brief and general. Of course, there's plenty more out there. Okay, let me show you what exactly, how this assessment works. So eventually, although it takes 5 to 10 minutes, but I tried several times, I noticed that it would take about 4 to 5 minutes. So I believe fellow Toastmaster here, you will be taking about 5 minutes as well, just like mine. So this is one box, means 1 questions, all right? So eventually you only have 1 thumbs up, shows that the most like you, The thumbs down is the least like you. The another two will be leave it empty. So you can quickly go through it. Your first emotions you're feeling about, oh, this is more like me. Then you give a thumbs up to it. And this seems to be less like me. Out of 4, you choose 2. So another 2, you leave it. So to proceed it more faster, you can do it this way around. After you finish this, you go to the next one, which is at the side, left, right hand side. So you can go towards each box, 1 question, consider 1 question. Go after that, you're reaching towards the end. And once you click next, your report is out. Is it clear? So let me put it inside the chat box. All right. I will start a 5-minute sessions. I will leave it for you. And of course, there's a very nice songs for you to hear. So eventually, don't worry. Let me see. Sound share. Once you finish, I need your help to help me to type out your personality type in the chat box. So you can do it. So those that finish early, you can type first. All right, still doing?
Still doing.
No worries.
Oh, so many. Still, I don't know, 4, 5.
I believe it's only less than 10 already. I think less than 6. Let me share my PowerPoint first. So while you're still doing, I believe that another 1 to 2 minutes needed. Hold on. I will be carry on. So once you finish, you can type in the chat box so I can see you more better. And then everyone will know each other more better after this. All right. So eventually, this personality assessments, eventually, what is the purpose? It helps us to understand ourselves better. So why do we react this way? How come certain people can just blend in to any group and talk so naturally? This is where the character is playing in. And from this, when we know ourselves and other better, we know how to communicate better. And please do not use this as a judgment tool. So this is only served as a category and which category this person in. So it's more easier for us to relate to the person and how we interact with that person. So do not judge them. Don't, after the assessment, you ask your friend to do it. You're a D type. No wonder I don't like you. So please don't do so, else you'll be out of friends. So make sure this is only serve as more to understand how a person respond to and how you respond to a situations. All right. So what is exactly is this DISC? So as you're doing that, eventually the questions is quite similar, a little bit here and there. So here, this is what DISC stand for. D is for dominance, I for influence, C for conscientiousness, and S for steadiness. So by now, how many of you have finished? Is it too long? The question's too long?
Almost. One more.
Right. We'll see more. We'll see which group are you in. Of course, I'm very excited, but roughly I can guess which characteristic all of you are in. So from the conversations.
How do people get to do it so fast?
I think I do assessments more often. That's why the speed come out more faster.
Okay.
So
All right. So I'm my second next. Okay, I got the report. So what do I do?
So what it will be just below. It will mention what character, what percentage is your DIS.
Okay. I can copy it. So you probably can guess already.
Yes. All right. The one lower, the one with a graph.
The one with the graph.
Yes.
Let me see. Where is that?
It's like a pie chart.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yes,
it's
the pie chart.
Yeah. 44, 41, 10, and 5. 44, 41.
So Brenda, which one are you? So most likely it's D and I.
44, I, 41.
How about the rest? Are you okay?
What is their compliance? And what's the last one? Steadiness, is that?
S and C. Yes, steadiness is S. C is consciousness or cautious.
10.
Oh, yeah, 40 overs. Okay, interesting.
C
Nice.
is 5.
Okay.
Okay, there you can see.
Okay, let me jot down. So Virenda is more towards DI kind of people. Yeah. So yes, I guess. Okay, how about the rest? Are you okay? So once you finish, you can just type in. So roughly, so we can interact more based on your personality trait.
So we're gonna have a game.
This is the only game. Now, let us study a little bit more what is this D stand for. So eventually I'm talk about each briefly on it, because if you really want to talk deep on this DISC, eventually it will take the entire day. So for me, with this less than 30 minutes, eventually I need to speed up and then it will be briefly, but assure that after finish, you'll be more or less know what type are yours, and then eventually how you talk with others people. Okay, D is for dominance. So the personality trait for this group of people, they are very dominant, they're very direct, they're decisive. So once they make decisions, they're able to make decisions by themselves, and they're driven, they're very demanding, and of course, they're very determined. All right, I believe I can see that in Miranda. Okay, and this is the personality traits for D type at work. So they are very goal-oriented kind of people. They always say, yes, I have a goal I need to meet. So eventually that driven them to move forward. And then there's a risk taker. And of course, with all this goal and risk, they're very good in working under stress and highly competitive type of people. And of course, they are direct. And because of this goal-oriented, sometimes there's a bit of stubbornness involved in. There's a good or bad side of it. And when they start working, the entire world shut down. They will immerse in their own work, and their impatience because they have set a goal. Before achieving the goal, they won't stop. So insensitive sometimes because they aim at looking at the goal. So here, oops, I need to move my face here. The personality is a domineering profile. So they are very straightforward. Of course, they are confident, they're decisive and result-oriented. They can be very stubborn and fear losing control. I can see even, yes, I see Helena's coming in. Oh, Helena also D, okay. D and S, all right. Here, the best career for the D type of people are lawyers. Of course, this is only the guideline, don't worry. Lawyers, operations manager, police officer, and floor supervisor. They are more towards the person that actually can communicate with people. So there's a goal that actually they set towards the task they are doing. So they enjoy taking charge of the situations. So some people may not, but D people, they definitely love taking in charge. Right. So see, the D people, who are them? Of course, our previous US President Donald Trump. We can very obviously see that he is definitely a D type of people. And also Steve Jobs. And if not because of his stubbornness to get an iPhone phone with a button here, we won't have an iPhone phone right now with a button in the middle for us to use it. So eventually, these are the group of people that are D type. And I can see that our Toastmaster, our club members, mainly are D. So you can see that there's a combinations of two. So most of it are D. Okay. Oh, Sagita is S and I. All right. Will is D. Oh, awesome. Right. So now, after knowing a little bit more about D, let's go to see what is I, influence. So influence personality is more towards influencing, inspiring, and impulsive. Now come, let us see what are they. So they are more enthusiasm, sociable, optimism, and persuasive. They are people-oriented. They love surrounding by people. So they always say yes to every every opportunity to meet up with people. So they're people-oriented, they're very confident and impulsive. And of course, the weakness, the drawback is that they're easily distracted. And of course, the fear of rejections. So that is the type of I. And the best career for I, if you notice that most of the artists, they are I people on the spotlight. Creative directors, marketing manager, and public relations manager. So you want to see who is the I? So in our group, we also have I, Sagita. Sagita is an I, and who else? Adina also have major I there. Agustinus also an I. Right. Xiu Chen also an I. All right. Come. This is the I on the word that we may know, which is Will Smith and Bill Clinton. They're also a very people-oriented kind of people. They love to be around with people. And I can see Toastmaster people are with D and I very strongly. Come. The third one is the S, steadiness. The personality is steadiness, stable, sympathetic, and supportive. They're very supportive in a way. Here is their personality and characteristic. They are calm, they are patient, their predictability, stability, and consistent. Their fear confronting and changes. Of course, they like to have in their comfort zone. Remember the story of the rabbit and turtle who win the race at the end. I believe everyone knows that. The turtle with the steadiness here. So the traits that an S has is alert and steady and people-oriented. Here we can see this S is also people-oriented. I also people-oriented. But what is the difference between these two is that I can say join in any group. They can be happy in any group. But I, yes, they have certain group of friends only. Maybe I have 5 friends. At this type, they can name the 5 friends. But the I friends, hold on, let me check my Facebook. Oh yeah, I have 1,000 friends. That is I type of people. Okay, the drawback for this is that they are slow in making decisions and also adverse to change, the weaknesses. So best career for us is human resource, medical practitioners, and social workers, teachers. They are still involved with people, but they're okay to work behind the scene compared to I, all right, as they are very detail-oriented. So who are this group of S people? We have S as well. Ellen also S. All right, nice. And Sagita, okay. As Xiu Chen. Oh, Xiu Chen have 3, combination 3. So who are these example of S people? They are Mother Teresa and also David Beckham. So these are the example of group of people. Come, let us see, last but not least, consciousness. Personality is compliant, correct. Consciousness, careful, calculating, and competence. This is their personality. So also known as an analyst, embodied accuracy, logic, meticulousness, and cautiousness. So there are a group of people that actually are very particular with details. They need to have everything, as they need to have every research done before they actually can speak or make a comment on this. So they're very cautious, they're very precise, they're direct in their communications after receiving their facts, and of course they're reserved, they won't simply make a comment. And conflict averse, they don't like conflicts. Come across might be emotionalist because they are fact-driven type of people. So best career for it, so accountant. Now you can see that accountants appear here. Financial analysis, data scientists, and statisticians. Okay. So who are this group of people? They are Albert Einstein and also Bill Gates. Almost forgot his name. All right. So here, let's do a quick recap. So D is a yes to goal, is a very goal-oriented. And I is an extrovert people. They're okay. They like to be with friends. Okay. So you want to find yamcha sessions, fine. you can find this group of people. And then C, they are very task-oriented. They're very detailed. And S, they're also people-oriented, but not as active as I. So we can categorize to see that D and I eventually is an extrovert, a group of extrovert, and C and S is an introvert. So we, after you're taking the assessment, notice that it is not only one. We maybe have a combinations of two, and some may have combinations of three. And it is very rare that a person have combinations of 4 equally. It's very rare. If I have that, eventually I want to meet that person. All right, so here, so C and D eventually is a task-oriented kind of people. You want to get things done, you can pass a C and D kind of people. And I and S is a people-oriented kind of people. So this is how you can categorize humans' personality based on DISC. This is mine. After you're done yours, this is mine. So eventually I have a combinations of 3, D, S, and I, a very little C. So this is me, combinations of 3. All right. So the reference that I got is from this informations, so credits to them. And of course, before I end, I do hope that everyone know this, that everyone is different. We all have different personality, including we ourselves. By knowing a better version, a better how we respond to situations, by knowing me as a person, we can be a better versions of ourselves the next day. And of course, when we knowing other people know their personality trait, we can communicate effectively with that person. And not but least, please don't use this as a judgment tool. Use it to know yourself more better and the people around you. So every communication sessions will be effectively. So this is my sharings for today. I hope it's benefit all of you. Back to the Tom.